NXT Takeover recap.
That was
UK.
so.
I like messed it up. I was gonna go
Weird.
with the normal thing, and then I just like was like, okay, NXT UK Takeover, and like, so we stream every Monday after Raw, every Wednesday after NXT and AEW, every Friday after Raw, SmackDown, and then we stream
every Friday after Raw, guys. Every Friday
pay-per-view.
after Raw. Every Friday after Raw. You get that? Have fun trying to find
Every
that.
Friday after Raw we stream.
Have fun.
I watch
finding
Raw
that.
every Friday.
Jeez,
Just kidding.
man.
How you doing, Zando?
What is up?
This was a solid pay-per-view, definitely.
Yes.
Very good. I thought it was awesome.
I really liked this pay-per-view, actually. The one thing that I just kind of didn't like was, was the main event, but I'll get to that. But otherwise, it was a really solid show, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a good show. I mean, it wasn't extremely long.
No.
And they kept everything going.
Yeah.
Matches were good.
Yes.
So, overall, good show.
I enjoyed it.
The one thing I will say is the first match at the beginning, I thought, they were off a little bit with their stuff. How you doing, Dylan?
Okay, I will say the first match and the last match were the two matches that I was just kind of like,
Mr. Gleen, tisk, 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 just sit quietly in the corner and let Maven talk.
But the first and last match were the only matches that I was just kind of like, okay. They were okay, but, whatever. So the first match that we have on the card is Trent Seven versus Eddie Dennis. And like I said, I thought it was okay. I thought the Razor's Edge spot where he threw him outside of the ring, I thought that was pretty freaking cool. But otherwise, the rest of the match was just like.
I thought after the first couple minutes of the match, I thought the rest of it was good. I thought early on they had some stuff that seemed to be a little bit off on their timing.
Yeah.
But after that, I thought it was a good match.
And
I was shocked. I thought
Trent
Seven was going to win. So
I really thought Trent Seven was going to win. But Eddie Dennis.
Yes. Got the win.
That was cool.
It's a good match, though.
He seems to not be liked.
No.
People seem to not like him. I've only seen a few of his matches, just because back when we were watching NXT UK.
Well, it helps when you're in the UK and,
Well, yes, but with the NXT UK, when we were watching it, regularly, he had only just started having a whole bunch of matches.
Maybe he can be a true heel.
Maybe.
Like I said, match that was 4 ways ladder match, and that was my match of the night. It was a good match.
Day, night, whatever.
I thought it was a good match.
Same difference. I really liked the entire show.
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing was good. So Eddie Dennis won. I think that was, good for him.
Are you a full-time YT? I wish.
Yeah.
We gotta get more followers. We're a long ways away from being full-time YT. But if we could pull it off, I would be. And we'd cover more wrestling, too.
Totally.
So, Dylan, tell all your friends about us, and then they can subscribe to us, and then we can start making money off of this, and then we can do this full-time, and I could cover, Impact and Ring of Honor and other things like that, where I had more time.
Yes. Yes, that would be cool. But I think it's a good idea to let Eddie Dennis win to kind of, I suppose, get established more. Because Trent Seven is pretty established and has his whole thing and everything figured out, that it's not going to really hurt him to lose this match, necessarily.
No.
So, I think it was okay that they had Eddie Dennis.
I agree.
So.
Getting ready for the Impact pay-per-view tonight.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew there was an Impact pay-per-view tonight.
Yeah, because Tessa Blanchard's going to be going for the title.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Tessa Blanchard, that was the topic of yesterday. Oh boy. So the next match we have on the card is Piper Niven versus Toni Storm versus Kaylee Ray for the NXT UK Women's Championship. I wasn't expecting this match to be so early in the show, but I'm very glad it was because it was really good. This was an amazing match.
Yes.
Piper Niven is so good in the ring, it's not even funny. She's so good.
The only review on YouTube of the pay-per-view. Nothing of substance happened tonight.
But Piper Niven, man,
There were some good matches though. I thought the matches were good. I mean, as far as nothing like totally out of the ordinary happened, or that was completely shot other than like
the end.
The end.
Mhm.
I think that overall, I think it was a good pay per view.
I agree. I thoroughly agree.
Even though nothing like super shocking or anything like that happened, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
And it's setting up something down the road.
Yes.
So I think that's when you have that happen, I think that you have a good pay per view.
I agree. So Piper Niven, Toni Storm, and Kaylee Ray. I thought this match was excellent. There were a lot of spots in it that were super cool.
Yeah.
I would have been cool with either like one of these winning this match.
So,
in all honesty.
So here's a question: are they now setting up a Niven Toni Storm feud?
No, I don't think so. I think what they're going to do is do Piper Niven and Kaylee Ray 1-on-1, and then
no Toni 2 belts. Nope.
I think because they have the Worlds Collide event happening next, and we're getting Toni versus Rhea, I don't think Toni's gonna win there either. And so then Toni's gonna go over to NXT and hang out there for a while and try and get the NXT Women's Championship and have like a feud with Rhea on the weekly show when Niven and Kaylee Ray have their singles feud.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that happening.
So that would be like what I would do is send Toni to NXT for now.
Well, maybe that's why they decided.
Because that can be the only reason why I don't think they put the belt back on her is because they want to send her over to NXT.
Well, I was gonna say maybe that's why they're not doing anything with her because now she's gonna go over to NXT.
And I think it makes the most sense because, in all honesty, I don't know. I think they probably should let some other women go for the NXT UK championship. Just because I feel like it's always been like the same four.
Yeah.
Kaylee Ray, Piper Niven, Toni Storm, and Rhea Ripley when she was around in NXT UK. That's kind of like where it's been, and so I think they probably should let some other people do that. So I think putting Toni on NXT makes the most sense, so they can do that over there.
I would agree. I mean, it makes
build
sense.
up some other people to be championship contenders.
Camera just a hair.
So that's what I would say they're probably going to do.
Yeah.
In my eyes,
I mean, I can see that happening. It makes sense. And in that case, it makes sense not putting the title on her. So
and it makes sense not putting the title on Piper Niven either if they were going to go ahead and do a singles feud between her and Kaylee Ray, where Piper Niven ultimately does win the title at the next Takeover event or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
That makes the most sense. So Kaylee Ray retained. Regardless who won in this match, it was really good, and I enjoyed it. Then we got, you guys, this next match was match of the night. Match of the night. Tyler Bate versus Jordan Devlin. This was such a good match. You have no idea. If you didn't watch it, you need to watch it because it was really good. And it was match of the night.
Definitely a solid match.
Tyler Bate, when is the last time Tyler Bate had a subpar match?
It's been a while.
He doesn't have those type of matches. Okay.
Questions: when will Finn Balor go back to WWE?
I don't think so.
Stick around, Dylan. We'll talk about that in a minute.
I think that Tyler Bate, like I said, I don't think I've ever seen a match from him that is terrible.
No.
At least not in a long time.
No.
And so, his matches are always great. I don't know. I don't know if they should have given Jordan Devlin the win.
Tyler is one of the best wrestlers in WWE across all brands.
I thoroughly agree.
I would agree.
He
does a good
job.
I
would love to see him in some, different matchups with some of the people that are on, Raw and SmackDown and NXT.
We got a ghost in here. It went boo.
I would love to see
it's just Colin. My bad.
I would love to see Tyler Bate in matches against some other people on the other brands.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think Tyler Bate could.
Because I think he can literally have a good match with anybody.
Well,
it doesn't matter who they are.
I think he does a good job with anybody. I think if
he can have a good match.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Hey Colin, what's up?
Jordan, yeah, hello Colin.
Jordan Devlin. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with him from here.
I don't know either.
Because I feel like he's lost a bunch recently.
Yeah, but as we've seen before, losing doesn't matter in WWE. It's just a matter of when they want to use you.
But it's just like I don't know.
Tyler versus Seth is a match I want to see.
I don't know what
I think that'd be a good match too.
I just don't know what to do with
him. That main event was not good.
I'll share my thoughts on that in just a minute, man. I'll share my thoughts. I just don't know what to do with him from here. Cause like you can't have him go and fight Walter. Because honestly, it's gonna be a sad match because he's gonna lose. But like I don't know what they do with him from here.
Devlin should have won that match.
I'm fine with
What can you have good stuff to say?
I'm fine with Tyler Bate winning the match. I just don't know what you do with Devlin from here because he's lost.
Maybe he reinvents his character.
I suppose, but like I just don't know.
Or has an attitude change, or something happens, that he's like, I gotta change something up because this isn't working.
Because I really don't have a clue what to do with him from here. He's really good in the ring.
Yeah, he's definitely good in the ring.
I don't know. With like his character and stuff, I just don't know what to do with him.
Of course, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat stuff. Toni Storm should have won. I think that there's a reason Toni Storm didn't win.
I agree, because I think she's going over to NXT.
I think that if she's going to be over in NXT full time, I don't think winning the NXT UK title would have helped her. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it would have. I don't think it
wouldn't have helped her
at all.
No.
So it doesn't. Her winning. I don't think. I can understand why she didn't win.
Bring Devlin to NXT US. I would be fine with that, and I think we just get some fresh matchups for him, which might help him out in the long run. That might be a smart move, is to just move him over to NXT.
Bate versus Devlin match of the year contender.
I agree.
Probably.
It was really good.
It was good.
It was a really good match. Like, it was the best match on this card, for sure.
I don't know. I kind of like the and you know how I feel about like 4-way, 3-way
tag team
match,
ladder.
Any type of match for a title. I hate them.
But you actually like the next
But
one.
I thought the tag team match was good.
I like the tag team match too, but I just think the Tyler Bate and Jordan Devlin one is better.
Oh, it was good. No doubt about it.
That's my 2 cents on that. So yeah.
Yeah, so Tyler Bate got the win. Again, it's a good match. I thought it was outstanding. And it's just a matter of what they're going to do with Jordan Devlin from here.
I agree. I just have no idea what they're going to do with him. So after that, we got the tag team ladder match, fatal 4-way business. Gallus, who are the champions, versus Grizzled Young Veterans versus Webster and Andrews.
Bring Kenny Omega to NXT.
versus Imperium.
Kenny Omega is never going to NXT because he's part of the Elite.
Okay, so guys.
Except for in WWE 2K20 or 19 or whatever you play.
I really thought.
I'll play my favorite match. We have to fight now.
See, I don't think it was a bad match. I would have liked this match better if Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews won the match, because that's who I wanted to win. Okay, that's who I wanted to win the match.
Yeah, this match would have been at the top of your list if they would have won.
Yep.
Hey, I just realized it's normal time here in the UK and you're streaming.
Yeah, it's like 2 in the afternoon. It's like lunchtime for us.
Yeah.
So.
It's 2 o'clock here.
Yeah. But it's like normal time for Colin. Not 4 in the morning.
That's what happened. Yeah, we had to get around early so we could like watch.
Dude. Okay, so Colin.
Watch the UK stuff.
Colin, I woke up at like 10:30, and Colin messages me, and he goes, "Hey, you realize that the pay-per-view starts at in 35 minutes?" And I'm like, "What?" I thought it was on at 1 o'clock.
I was saying it started at 1, and for some
reason. Then I look at it, and it was starting in 35 minutes, and I was like, "Well, I gotta hadn't buzzed, I would not have gotten up to watch the pay-per-view. So.
And then we wouldn't be here talking about it right now.
See, and you were up here and you didn't have any idea either.
No. We need to relocate to the UK. I'll bet they have better internet.
Maybe. I think anywhere but here has better internet.
Hey, knock on wood. It's running pretty good right now.
Now that you said that, it's all gonna go pew from here. So, Gallus, Grizzled Young Veterans, Webster, Mark Andrews, and Imperium. I was really hoping that Imperium didn't win because personally, I just don't want to see Imperium as the tag team champion.
I was thinking they were setting up Imperium winning for the simple fact of Worlds Collide.
Yeah.
Because then you have the UK.
You have all your champions
tag
from
team
the UK
champions,
and all your
the
champions
UK
from the US
champion, and then you have the titles that Undisputed Era has. I thought they were setting that up. See, don't say I don't think about you both.
So that's, yeah, I suppose that would have made sense, but they need some sort of mid-card title in the UK.
Yeah, I think it would help out. I mean,
to be, you know.
Definitely.
They need some mid-card title. But I don't know. Grizzled Young Veterans were the ones that I least wanted to
I do message you. It's fantastic.
I don't know what.
It's probably better than ours.
So Grizzled Young Veterans, I don't really like them. When they had their championship run, they didn't really do much. They were on TV maybe twice the entire time.
Yeah.
That I watched it, and it just kind of sucked. So I didn't want to see the belts put back on them because, well, you see, it would have sucked. Imperium, I really didn't want to win just for the fact that I just don't want Imperium to be tag team champions ever. I feel I suppose it makes sense for them to be tag team champions, but I don't think they need it, you know?
No.
I love the table spot. It reminded me of the Jeff Hardy spot when he had that great tag TLC match. Yeah.
Definitely.
Webster and Mark Andrews, I really wanted them to win. Okay, I'm just saying. I just really wanted them to win. NXT UK, if you could just work it out where they get the tag team championships back, I would really love that. They are really entertaining. They are really entertaining, and I love their theme song. That's why I like them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good in the ring too.
They are.
And they did some crazy spots in this match. That stupid ladder thing where they could have just walked up the stupid ladder, gotten the dumb titles, and been on their merry way. It was no, we're gonna flip off this ladder, both of us together, and kill Gallus. Cause, well, why not? You know, we're gonna kill ourselves in the process, but why not?
Is Raw and SmackDown better than NXT? No.
No.
I guess you got your answer right there, Dylan. In stereo.
No. So I really wanted Webster and Andrews to win, but Gallus retained, which I was also cool with, because I like Gallus' theme too. This all goes back to their theme songs.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, theme songs help because people remember it.
So I like Gallus.
And then you have to perform in the ring. This is why I said, wrestlers are entertainers, and if you're really good in the ring, but don't have the other stuff to go with it, then you just don't. I mean, to me, you don't have it, and I don't really necessarily I mean, I'll watch it, but it's not something that I'll be going, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But if you're good in the ring, I think if you're a better entertainer in wrestling, you can get over without being good at wrestling. A la Undertaker. Hulk Hogan wasn't a great wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are great wrestlers that are good at entertaining and are big. I wanted them to win, but what happened at the end made me happy, so it's all good.
Gallus killed that spot with Gallus and Imperium where Marcel Barthel he had the ladder, and the ladder tipped over when he was trying to do the German suplex.
Yeah, how strong you have to be to pull that off. How you doing, Clark?
He was holding on to the ladder, but wouldn't let go, and dude was trying to pull on him to get him off, but then Fabian Eichner was on the floor and was trying to pull him down.
You know how strong
pull
you have to
the
be.
ladder down.
Think about that. Fabian Eichner
had to pull the ladder back down with the two guys on it. Yeah, you got to be pretty strong.
Yeah. Now that you've watched the pay-per-view, you're gonna start reviewing NXT UK again. I know. You want to.
Yeah, I think we're gonna start this week.
It's on Thursdays, right?
Yeah.
What time's it on Thursday?
I don't know, like 2 o'clock our time.
So maybe what we can do is do a Thursday afternoon stream, and then we can
After you get home from work?
Yeah, we can hit UK people. I'll watch it real quick, and then we'll do a
the spot where they broke the ladder. I know, dude. He didn't even go through the ladder that hard. And then there was a spot where I think it was Coffey was on the table, and like nobody even hit him, and the table just went splat and like fell in half, and I was like, what?
Yeah, it was crazy.
I thought it was really funny.
Definitely crazy.
And then the ladder spot was like, jeez, man.
Did you watch Clark? Did you watch the pay-per-view? If you're still here.
It was insane. Insane.
Definitely. I thought it was cool. I loved it. I thought. Then I mentioned to Mrs. Gleen right before that. How you doing, Elijah? Right before that, I told her. I said we were talking about wrestlers get a like terrible rap for well, they're just not real and stuff.
Yay! LOL. NXT UK.
Yeah.
Might get 2 streams on. No, it's on Thursday.
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday. Yeah. I'm a dipstick. That's 1 stream.
Yes, you will review NXT GB. It's UK, not GB. Anyway, I had mentioned to Mrs. Gleen right before, before all that, like they broke the table and everything. Now I lost my train of thought here. Right before they broke the table, I was talking about, wrestlers don't a lot of people don't look at wrestlers as being athletes and things like that, and I'm like, okay, think about this. They dive into ladders, and I don't care what kind of ladder you have. If you're like smacking your back against it, it's gonna hurt.
Dude, Mark Andrews,
the things they do
and Grizzled Young Veterans, they took the ladder and they legit hit Mark Andrews in like the side of his butt, and I was like, that is going to hurt. Okay, I have fallen on my butt before, and it really hurts. Imagine like having a ladder just like come at you. Like, and just like full force just like hit you, like you're gonna have a bruise for a while. I'm just saying, it's gonna hurt.
Do you know if Steve and Larson, they're famous wrestling YouTubers, they're smarks because they think today's era is better because flips, kicks, and dives are better than star power. The thing is flips, kicks, and dives are all, everybody can do it. So it's not like it's anything special. You look at you watch wrestling today, and 90% of the wrestlers can do the flips, kicks, and dives. Even a lot of the big guys are doing stuff that you sit there and go, wow.
TV applies. Great Britain.
All right. As long as you're cool with it, Colin. Anyway, they the whole idea behind the flips, kicks, and dives and stuff is what makes it better. I mean, it helps, but I don't think it makes it better because you have to have the star power. You have to have the people that can get on the mic and talk. Otherwise, you have no storylines.
Yeah.
And I still think that you have to have storyline. I mean, Jim Cornette said it. You have to have storylines. As much as people hate Jim Cornette, you have to have the storyline, or wrestling isn't. It's not there. You think about boxing, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a storyline building up to the fight. Yeah. You have these two guys trashing each other, talking trash to each other. And so when they're building up to this fight, and wrestling is no different. The only thing is wrestling's every week. Mm-hmm. You have it every week, sometimes 3 times a week. Sometimes more than that. And so it's more like a soap opera than it is, everything else.
Mrs. G said, I think I like NXT UK better than American NXT. and Zendel says, Mrs. G, chill. Not going to take it that far.
Gleen,
okay, so I think
how is NXT UK's women's booking better than AEW's division? Rio's a champion is a joke, but Kaylee Ray, she's a believable champion. Are you questioning that, Elijah?
Yes, I think he's questioning.
Here's what I would say. Here's why I think Kaylee Ray is better, probably more believable. I think there's more, again, the star power, and it's not that she's a star, but
she has more star power than Rio, that's for sure.
You get a sense that she is not just a wrestler but an actor. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so I think
See,
that's where you have to have that in there. If you don't, I think it messes things up.
I think the issue with it is the fact that Riho doesn't get on the mic and cut promos. It's not like, I don't know how much English
I think if they had someone
but
talking
it's not
for her,
like Asuka. Like they just have Asuka go out there and yell at people in Japanese,
nobody
and
has a
clue what she's saying, but we're all like,
yeah,
cool. That was awesome.
And she's going, the fans suck.
You all
of you suck.
And I hate you all. Yeah, exactly. And they don't have Riho out there doing that. Not even anything close to that. They have Michael Nakazawa to interpret for her, but who cares? It's not entertaining. And
Clark,
that's why I think Riho doesn't get over.
Clark, I 100% agree with you. I think that,
also her size doesn't help.
Gymnasts can do flips, kicks, and dives and things like that, but it's all about having the star power. You have to have the acting ability. You have to be able to put yourself out there and put on a show and make people believe that your show is going to be good, not just with the flips, kicks, and dives.
Yeah.
Because the flips, kicks, and dives, my kids can do flips, kicks, and dives. It's I see it in my house quite frequently, so not a big deal.
I hate when people say the weapons don't hurt. All those weapons are real objects.
They might tweak them a little bit so it's not,
especially
painful.
when the ladder breaks
when
in
you have a ladder break in half.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt.
It is gonna hurt.
I like NXT, but sometimes it seems stale to me. It may be the newness of it because I'm not a long-time NXT UK watcher, but I just find it more entertaining.
See, I think the difference between NXT and NXT UK is I feel like NXT UK focuses a lot more on the wrestling aspect of it, if you know what I mean, because I feel like they don't go out there all the time and put out a whole bunch of promos. On their show weekly, and I know it's been a while since I've watched one, but when I was watching it, I don't know if they've changed it since then, but they had maybe one or two promos, but then the rest of the show was a bunch of wrestling and a lot of matches.
Well, I think
and not a whole bunch of the extra filler. And I feel like that's what makes them different than NXT.
I think there's a couple things. I think they don't have the promos, so you get more of the wrestling.
They have a promo in there every now and again to build the story for why these people are having matches for the pay-per-views. Not necessarily on a weekly basis type of a thing.
I think one of the things, and another thing is I think that NXT, because it is a 2-hour show, they do a little more with promos and things like that. But I don't necessarily think it's the promos that kills it. That makes with Mrs. Gleen, what Mrs. Gleen is saying. I think it's the fact that the crowd is definitely more involved in NXT UK.
Which helps make it more enjoyable. I think that helps
with a lot of things.
The UK crowd is so much better than the American crowd. The NXT crowd at Full Sail is generally pretty good, and they're generally really loud. But if you go outside of that and you look at Raws and SmackDowns, the crowds suck. They just flat out do.
They do.
And that's it's.
But think about it. I think that you have more of a true hardcore wrestling fan probably going to the NXT UK matches, whereas Raw and SmackDown, you have the casual, random, fans going to it, going, oh yeah, that'd be cool. Let's go check out, let's go check out Alexa Bliss. Let's go check out, Daniel Bryan. Let's see if the Fiend is going to be there. That'd be cool to see him. I don't think that there's, I don't think that there's, there's a. I just think that that's probably the difference is you got true hardcore wrestling fans going to, which I think is why NXT is a little bit different, because you do get the crowd into it every now and then, and they're smaller arenas, so it's the true fans buy the tickets quick.
Yeah.
Where Raw and SmackDown, it's okay, there's a bigger arena, and so you're gonna get some of that stuff in there, where people in there that are just the random casual fan that's gonna go check it out. And yeah, they may watch, but they're not a huge wrestling fan. If that makes sense.
NXT UK is a different style of wrestling. It's more hard hitting. It reminds me of Japan Strong Style. Then I would probably like Japan Strong Style, Zendel.
I would agree. It probably is.
I bet you would. It's amazing.
I would definitely agree. Let's see here. I hope KLR's next feud is against Piper. Those two had great matches in the past. Yes,
Yeah, that's what we kind of touched on.
Yeah, I think that those two. I think that's where we're headed. If Toni Storm goes over to NXT, I think that's where we're going to be headed. Is with the with those two facing each other and having a feud.
I would agree. Yep.
Hell, Stacey Keibler could have done flips, kicks, and dives if she wanted to, because she previously was a cheerleader for the Baltimore Ravens before being in wrestling. Yes, definitely, Clark. I 100% agree, and I think that's why the flips, kicks, and dives don't necessarily do it. I think it's all about having the star power too.
New Japan.
Because you have to put it out there.
New Japan Pro Wrestling rules. Yes, cool. So Gallus won the tag team ladder match. I thought it was a really good match. Like I said, I think the Tyler Bate Jordan Devlin match was better, but I like the tag team ladder match. That'd be my second favorite match of the night.
Yeah.
And then the main event was Joe Coffey versus Walter. I just didn't like this.
I thought it was a good match.
I didn't like it personally.
I loved what they did. I loved the ref getting knocked down and having Alexander Wolf come out to help out Walter.
I suppose it was more so I just didn't like the way it ended than anything else. It wasn't as good of a main event as like previous takeovers main events have been. That's why I just didn't love it as much. It was just kind of weak compared to...
The one thing I didn't like was the way the match ended.
That's what I would say is what made me just kind of go like...
That is the one thing that I didn't like about it. I didn't like the way the match ended.
So...
But overall, I thought, I loved the ref getting knocked down. I loved Alexander Wolf getting involved. I loved Dragunov getting involved. I think it was cool what they did with that. But I think that just the way the whole match ended, I did not like. I'm never going to convince you that Japanese wrestling is good. Am I, Maven?
See, I'm not saying it's bad.
Here, I'll tell you what I have.
It's probably more so just because there isn't a whole bunch of storyline behind it. It's like a lot of... I mean, there is, but there isn't. There's just matches,
Again, I think that I haven't watched a lot of Japanese wrestling, but from what I've seen of it, tag team matches is really not a tag team match. It's like, okay, that guy got knocked down, let me jump in and fight, and it just doesn't seem to be. And I'd have to watch more to really know what about the Japanese style of wrestling and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I can't get into it because of the way they do it.
I like the match, but Walter versus Tyler B is still the best Walter match to me. I agree. I think that's Walter's best match that he's had in a while. Was the one that he had at the last takeover, which is why this main event just wasn't as good to me because I am going to compare it, the match Walter has in the main event, I'm going to compare it to the last match he had in a pay-per-view, which was against Tyler Bate, which was so leaps and bounds better than the one that he had today. That's what I'm going to compare it to, which is why I just don't think this main event was as good as other Walter main events have been. So the ref gets knocked out. Alexander Wolf comes out to help Walter, but then Ilya Dragunov comes out to help Joe Coffey, and then Coffey gets put into a submission, and he taps out. Okay. First problem I have with this, he tapped out. Second problem I have with this, why? I don't like the way it ended. I just don't like the fact that he tapped out. If you wanted to end the match that way, just at least let him pass out, okay? Have him pass out and not tap, because I feel like him tapping just makes him look really weak, and I don't love that.
That is the one part I didn't like. I didn't like the tap out.
I would have preferred for him to just pass out or let him take the pin.
Yeah, either pin or even him passing out and then
that would have been better.
Or good evening, Wrestle Story live at a reasonable hour. Hope you're both doing well. Hello, chat.
Hello.
How you doing? Give me a hell yeah.
Welcome. What is up? Mrs. G, if you want to see good matches, watch Walter versus Tyler Bate or Walter versus Pete Dunne or Pete SmackDown versus Tyler Bate. It's a lot, man. So I don't know. I just did not love the way the match ended.
No, again, I didn't like the way it ended. That's the one thing I didn't like about the match, just the way it ended. The fact that he tapped out. I would rather have seen him like choked out and the rest.
That's what I'm saying, man. I would have just if he just like passed out, that would have been so much better. Or if he just ate the pin, like that would have been good to me. Yeah. I would have been cool with that, okay? But the thing that just kind of put a damper on the main event was the fact that he tapped out. I just don't like it. I really just don't like it. And I don't think they should have done that. Because Joe Coffey just came off of like having a really good match with like what's his face? Dave Mastiff at the last pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Like he just came off of like a really good match there. And like why would you do this to him? I don't understand. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't like the main event. I couldn't.
How you doing, Kiki Flash?
Could not get into it.
Yeah, I don't know. We are from the United States. How you doing, Geet Factory?
Well, no duh. No duh, we're from the United States.
We could be from Britain.
Really?
Yeah. I said, where are you from?
So.
Midwest United States.
Yes, that's more specific. So
hey,
I don't know.
Can you read my Kaylee Ray question? Can you read my ready? What's your Kaylee Ray question? Type it again, and I'll answer it.
So yeah.
Type it again, Elijah, and I'll try to answer it.
That's just why like I didn't love.
I missed it somewhere.
But then after that, guys, we get ready to go like off the air, and I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen here? Like and then I was like, well, okay, that was it. Neat. And then the thing disappears, and it's like Undisputed Era. The crowd goes nuts. They start going nuts before Undisputed Era like even gets out there.
How are you doing? I'm hoping I say this right, Jayton.
So.
That's cool.
The crowd goes nuts before Undisputed Era even gets out there. So we like know something's coming, right? And then Undisputed Era shows up, and I'm like, what? I wasn't expecting it. I really wasn't expecting Undisputed Era to get involved here. Now, because I know that they have their match set up for Worlds Collide. Yes, I know that. But I just wasn't expecting them to be there,
No.
I really wasn't expecting it.
And the way the crowd reacted was awesome. I loved how the crowd, like, you see Undisputed, well,
they went nuts.
The thing was, is the crowd kind of, like, started to there was a little rumbling, and you're like, okay.
Wait a minute.
What's gonna happen?
This isn't over yet.
I was expecting someone to come down from the back, and just the way the crowd was reacting, and then they come out through the crowd, and I was like, man, that's pretty cool how they did that. Considering how tight the crowd is and everything, because if you watch UK matches, I mean it's like especially down by the floor. They're all together.
Hey guys.
So I thought it was cool how they came through and they came through and the crowd just went nuts. I thought it was crazy how
I think it was really cool that they had Undisputed Era come out and literally flatten Imperium.
Yeah, it was
awesome.
Them.
They were just
There's
gone.
There's vids of UE coming through the crowd on Twitter. Well, check it out. That's why I took ages to get here. I was watching you invade the ring. Good pay-per-view, solid matches all the way through. That crucifix spot with Eddie Dennis was beautiful. Just finished reactions, and I'm pretty exhausted.
So I just the fact that all of Undisputed Era just flattened all of
that's Brett's love
Imperium. And then
it is. It's crazy. You watch a Brit. You watch NXT UK. You watch wrestling over in Britain, and the crowds just seem to be more like. Am I wrong? Is it just me? I mean, give me a whole. Yeah, you could tell us more than.
But from watching it, they seem to be. They're all like.
Yeah.
Whereas the American crowds are like.
Yeah, it just seems like they're more compact than they are over here. It's just maybe it's just me.
It's because they're all like, yeah, we're family. We all like wrestling. That's why we're here. Woo hoo hoo. Tyler Bate, Tyler Bate, all together at once. It's like it's cool. them react to stuff. Because it's like, our American crowds don't do that, because we suck. We just suck.
Well, I think one of the things that, and it's like anything else, I think that we Americans don't necessarily appreciate some of the things that go on.
Which is
you know
terrible.
what I mean? But that goes for a lot of things, not just wrestling.
It's just like, it sucks, Ben.
Yeah, small chairs, more money. I like rubbing against a big sweaty.
I don't know, man. It's just like the reactions and stuff that the UK crowd they give. It's like they're all like, yes, we're here for one thing and one thing only. That's the wrestling, and we're all so cool. You know. Like,
yeah,
we're the
they're
giant NXT UK crowd.
But again,
family.
I think a lot of it is smaller venues help too, because you get the hardcore fans to show up.
Looking at that venue though, it wasn't that small. Like, if you look at it, it didn't look like it was that small, at least.
I would love to go to an NXT UK show. The crowd's amazing. Definitely. I agree. Give me a hell yeah. Adam Cole, baby. Yeah, definitely. Again, I think it's one of those things that I just think that you look at things overseas in other places, and I think that it's seen as a little bit different than here.
Totally. 100%.
And I may be wrong. It's not that you suck. You've had WWE for years, so maybe the days. We celebrate getting something a little more, I think.
No, but I think it just does.
What are you saying?
Give
me a hell yeah.
He's telling us we don't suck,
oh,
but
good.
I think it just does go back to that we do suck. Yes.
I agree. I'd
like to stick with that answer. Let's not make up any excuses. We suck.
Yes, and again, I understand that you only have pay-per-views. You don't have the number of pay-per-views that we have over here. But it's still the fact you think that people would appreciate, because things are so spread out here. I mean, like Los Angeles to New York, is a long distance. So it's not like Los Angeles gets a pay-per-view every year, or San Antonio gets a pay-per-view every year, or wherever the pay-per-view may be. But I just don't think that they appreciate it as much as they do in the UK.
Accurate? Yeah.
Could be wrong.
I mean,
boy, imagine Joe Coffey on SmackDown. He'd be a big version of Drew Gulak. Jobbing to Braun. Probably. Gleen. Read my Kaylee Ray question. It's there with
Vince. It's up there somewhere. Gleen.
I gotta find it. Gotta find it.
From AAA. The venue.
Hold on. AAA.
The venues are tiny compared to American arenas. We don't have as many wrestling fans, but the ones who are pretty hardcore. Look at SummerSlam '92. That crowd made the main event. Yeah, I mean, I just.
Oh yeah, Kaylee Ray. If it's Vince, because Kaylee Ray's not a blonde, he'd have her job in Charlotte and Becky. I agree. 100% agree. I don't think there's any doubt about that. The venues are tiny compared to American. You just read that, didn't you?
I did just read that.
It's because I was trying to find the other thing.
It's like true though, I don't know. I also just think that our American crowds suck.
Well, they do, but I think it's about the venue size. I think that helps, and I think if you have a smaller venue, I think you would have more hardcore American fans going, which would make things different.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it would be a little bit different if we had like smaller venues here, because I think you'd have hardcore fans going and not just your
See, I guess it's kind of like looking at NXT. Like the people that go to NXT at Full Sail, it's generally a lot of the same people that you see like in the front row and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they're like the hardcore fans that always show up for NXT. That's what I'm saying.
And it's probably, and I'm sure that like going to Full Sail is probably cheaper than going to.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure, but like it's always a lot of the same people and stuff.
La Parker from AAA passed away last night. Gleen in a wrestling. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that last night.
Yeah, he had a fall, like hit his head or something, and then he.
I'd heard that, but I've also heard that is it the original La Parka? Because I'd heard that there was a lot of like lawsuits going on with that whole thing with him using the La Parka name, and so was this the actual La Parka, or was this like the fake La Parka?
I don't think
Gleen is pretty. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I don't know which one it is. I feel like I saw something on Twitter to say that it's not the original one, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. I don't know, because I've seen, like I said, I've seen where there was some lawsuits out there about for the name. Man, maybe did you hear about this Tessa Blanchard story? Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the talk of Twitter yesterday.
And we've had discussions about it.
I don't know, man. The whole thing is just kind of like, come on, dude.
The issue I have with all of it is maybe she said some things.
No,
the fake LaParca. The LaParca from WCW's Live. Yeah, that's what I thought. The thing about the Tessa Blanchard thing, when she talks about doing stuff for the women and stuff like that.
The women, we should always support each other.
Why? The question I have is, why is she wrestling men? If she wants to put women over, then she shouldn't be necessarily having a match with a man.
See, I don't know. I think the whole thing is just kind of like, come on. People aren't going to be able to respect her now because of how many people have come out and said, you bullied me, you said this, you said that, blah, 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 blah. And again, we can only take it with a grain of salt because, with as many people that, retweeted her tweet and were like, yeah, you're one to talk, you're a jerkwad, like, you would assume that it's probably true, with how many people said that, but again, take it with a grain of salt, I suppose.
Well, and the problem.
But I think a lot of people are not gonna love her.
Yeah, well, I agree. And the thing about bullying is like, people just talk about bullying and just throw bullying out there over everything.
But it wasn't even just bullying. It was just like some not so great remarks were said about different people, and so that there were many people that were like, yeah, I was there. You did say this, and there was somebody else that came on and was like, yep, I was there too. You did say that. So it was a lot of that.
Well, this might have been her saying something stupid. Is Triple H making Walter be the UK Brock Lesnar or wrestle with the belt more? I would say no, not necessarily. I don't think so.
No, not like Brock Lesnar, but I think they have to make him a big deal and don't let him get beat by different people because it's not super believable, I suppose.
Well, the thing about
but you have to have the right person to beat him.
Well, I think if you create a storyline where he's going to get beat. I mean, if you watch tonight, okay, I understand, or today, wherever you're from, I think that you have to watch where they're going to go with the storyline.
Yeah.
And if you watch the whole thing, at the end of that match, Walter kind of walked away from Imperium. And if you watch Alexander Wolf, he's pointing for Walter to come up and do his thing. And Walter kind of stood around back there and kind of looked around and then finally came forward and did his thing. I wonder if they're not looking to, and we've said this before, Alexander Wolf's going to go after.
Nope, not we. Me.
No, I said it too.
Okay, you might have said it after I said it, but I'm the one who caught on to it first. It was at whatever pay-per-view that was. There were so many people in the chat that were like, no way, Alexander Wolf is not going to turn on him. And I'm like, just you wait and see, okay? Because I'm going to be so right, and I'm going to come on here and I'm going to laugh at all of you because I will be right, okay? I will be so right because I think it's coming. Alexander Wolf, I believe, is going to turn on Walter and Imperium, or maybe the entire Imperium group turns on Walter.
Could be.
And they join Wolf. I mean, who knows? But I think that Wolf is going to beat Walter. And it's going to be so tragic, and everybody's going to be like, boo-hoo-hoo, no, I can't believe this. And I'll be like, I told you, fools.
If WWE does
Adam
Cole versus Walter for the NXT title when both is on a streak, how's that going to work? Walter cannot lose and Cole cannot lose. I would say they could probably do an outside interference. Now, if they make it no disqualification, then I don't know what you do. She didn't mean what she said. Again, people say stupid stuff all the time, and it's just a matter of letting things roll off. What if Matt Rule comes for Brock Lesnar? I expect it.
I love it.
And in fact, I would not be shocked if you don't see it in the Rumble. Walter to the Royal Rumble 2020 watch. I could see it.
CM Punk Royal Rumble. Walter as a face. I can't see that. Walter, I don't think would be the face. I think people would be on the side of Alexander Wolf.
I think it depends.
I mean, I suppose it depends on how you do it, but I would almost, for me personally, I would almost be on Alexander Wolf's side, just because, like, he may be the one to cost Walter. Well, maybe he's the one to cost Walter, and then they just have a match after.
Yeah, I think, and that may be end up what they do it is Alexander Wolf is going to be one.
Okay,
I thought tonight, honestly, I'll be honest with you. I thought tonight was going to be the night where he was going to cost him.
Regardless, Alexander Wolf is going to turn on Imperium. And Imperium is going to implode, okay?
Hashtag Maven is just saying.
I am just saying, okay?
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Says it all the time.
When I'm right, you all, I'm going to laugh in your faces.
Not sure I can believe Wolf beating Walter. Yeah. Well, here's a question. Who can you believe
Nobody.
Beating Walter?
Tell me who you can believe will beat Walter. Because if you tell me anybody, I'm going to tell you, nope, can't believe it. Nope,
just wondering,
nope,
are you going to be watching the Impact pay-per-view tonight? No, we will not.
Know.
Simply because we don't, I mean...
Well, where do you even find that?
Well, and the fact that we don't follow enough of Impact or Ring of Honor or any of those other things to really
I
know
mean,
what's going
I
on.
suppose, or not gonna lie.
She's always saying that.
Not gonna lie. She always I mean, that is true. Not gonna lie. I say that a lot.
Jordan Devlin?
See, that's what I was thinking, but now at this point, I don't know what to do with Jordan Devlin. Like, I don't know what to do with him.
Anybody. That's funny.
I don't know what to do with Jordan Devlin. Honestly, after being beaten by Tyler Bate, I just don't think it's the best idea to then turn around and have him go and fight Walter. You know, and I suppose they could do it down the line if they want to and have him. That's what I was thinking originally, was Jordan Devlin was going to be the one to take the title from Walter. That's who I thought originally after, you know, Walter won and they had their whole thing. Dude, what are you doing? After they had their whole thing, I thought that Jordan Devlin was going to be the one to, like, beat him. But now I'm not so sure, just because I don't know what they're going to do with him.
Mr. G, you need to find a job which allows you to watch more wrestling. I know. Make the Wrestle Story your full-time job. Well, yeah, that'd be cool, but, you know, you got to make money at this. You can, like, just make this your full-time job. So
I don't know.
I
don't even know. See, I would watch the Impact pay-per-view if I knew where to find it. I'd watch it.
Agreed, Mrs. Gleen.
I'm just saying.
Well, Zandel, you help me start making money at this, and we'll start doing it full-time.
I would totally watch it if I knew where to find it.
The answer would be yes. Yes, you will watch Impact and review.
I don't know, man. I'd totally be down to.
We got to get more than, 138 subscribers for me to.
138?
Or 133 or whatever we have. 132.
138.
Sorry, I was giving us 6 more
numbers
than we
out
had.
of the air.
I got to get more than that before we start doing this full time.
So I don't know.
Mrs. G is in the house. Yes, definitely.
I don't know.
We need their channel to grow.
Well.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
We got to get it out there. It's the only way it's gonna grow.
I just don't know.
They are awesome. Thanks, Dylan.
I just don't know who to who beats Walter.
I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things that you sit here and you go,
oh, I can't see this person beating him, or I can't see this person beating him, or I can't see this person. Well, essentially, we've gone through the whole roster, and we can't see any of them beating him. So then we're like, well, what do we do now? Well, I guess Walter's never going to lose the championship.
He's going to be 75 years old and still be champion. How many do you need YT to start paying? 1,000.
1,000 subscribers.
We're way off.
So we can
Gleen, I bet if you stream Impact 100 viewed, going.
I don't know.
YouTube. What's happening with your channel? Do you know yet? As of right now, we are good. I just have to label everything. If you like this video, it will help them grow.
Yeah,
that's
right.
The
video.
Like it. Hit the like button.
Yes.
Right now, as of right now.
Right now, as of right now. Right now.
Right now.
Right now, right now, right now. Right now.
As of right now. YouTube, we are good right now because with every video we have to put whether it's kid friendly or not kid friendly. and we just mark everything not kid friendly. However, we did have one video. I think that you said something about it, Colin, that got flagged by. It didn't really get flagged. It was just
It was like
marked
our
as.
Christmas one.
Yeah, it was our Christmas.
Probably because it had to do with Christmas.
Yeah, because we put Christmas or holiday or something in it.
I think we need
And
live
it got
reaction
cut.
shows. Am I right? Guys, just you wait. Royal Rumble is in like 2 weeks. And we're doing live reactions. I'm not even getting this dude's permission because we're doing live reactions because Maven said so. That's the way it is. Maven yelling at the screen as it's happening. Can you imagine?
10 people in here watching Impact will be awesome, and Mrs. Gleen, that make it 11 awesome.
Our live reaction show did really good.
Our live reaction show did really good. Cool.
She's cracking me up. See, I'm just like a funny person, apparently. So I've been told. Actually, no one's ever told me that I'm funny, but okay, guys, you're telling me I'm funny. Thanks.
2020. Wrestle Story's gonna grow.
Well, I hope so.
Oops. Colin, what's Colin, what are you oopsing for?
Probably because of one video that he commented on.
Oh.
Was, you lie, Maven, Royal Rumble's in 2 weeks. Is it in 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's in 2 weeks.
It's not next weekend, it's the weekend after.
No, it's the weekend after.
As I thought.
Yeah. We got 2 weeks before our Rumble.
Whatever.
The Rumble show.
So, we're gonna do live reactions for the Royal Rumble for sure. Because, you see, getting our reactions in the moment as people are coming out, it's kind of like, it should be a thing. So, yes.
Gleen, did you hear WWE has a pay-per-view with Raw and SmackDown and UK and NXT?
Neat. Next weekend they have Worlds Collide. That's next weekend, right?
No, it's in 2 weeks.
Worlds Collide?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Isn't it the night before?
Are you sure? What day is it?
Wait, so hold up. Because I mentioned a thing. You got flagged. That's unfair.
It is in 2 weeks.
We got flagged because of the holiday
January
thing.
25th.
And we didn't like get like marked off for it. We just couldn't, like, one of our videos can't have comments or anything because of it's a holiday thing.
It
Which
is.
is stupid.
It is the day before Royal Rumble. So it is in 2 weeks. Worlds Collide's in 2 weeks, whatever. See, I don't know my dates for anything, guys, so don't ask me.
You're a really fun person, Mini G. See?
Thanks.
Or he broke his headphones by accident.
Thanks, man.
Oops.
So, Worlds Collide, as it stands, what we have for that is Imperium versus the Undisputed Era, which should be so fire. We have Rhea Ripley versus Toni Storm, which should be so fire. And we have Finn Balor versus Ilya Dragunov, which should be so fire. So, it's setting up to be a pretty good show, and I hope they add some more matches.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I agree.
I would enjoy that. We're gonna check it out. We'll do our show. Predictions too.
We will probably do a prediction show, Colin. However, I think that we're starting to get to where, we could have anywhere from 10 to 15 people in here, and it becomes harder for us to keep track of who's
We need to set up a
winning.
large area for Maven to react in. Her reactions are physical. Probably need to put a violent warning on it too.
That's where we need a second camera to see. Look, if we were making money, we could put a second camera up, and you guys would be like, you would see everything.
My reactions are pretty good. So fire, yes. So fire.
Maven
is
Maven
lit.
Mini G. Oh, you don't know how tempting that is to start calling you Mini G.
No, I don't need anybody to call me Mini G.
That is funny.
I am.
And Becky versus Asuka, what do you got to say, Maven? I got two words. I'm assuming that's supposed to be words for you. So fire.
So fire. Yes. It's guys. That weekend of wrestling should be really good.
Yes.
So fire versus the man. T-shirt confirmed. Man. Yeah, man. Second cam for everything.
Yes, that'd be useful.
For sure.
No doubt about it.
For sure. We need to stuff.
Are you checking YouTube's box on these things before we do Super 412s? Yes.
Yeah.
I check everything. Every time we always check it.
Too late, Maven. Mini G it is.
Actually, I put.
Okay, hold on.
We've been putting that it's not suitable for
okay.
under 12, simply because I don't know what's going to be said in chat or what we're going to talk about for sure. However, the one video, like I said, is our holiday video. That I think that they automatically changed it because we had holiday or Christmas or something in the title or something.
Okay, stop right there. I have some beef with Give Me a Whole Yeah podcast now because you start calling me Mini G. That's not okay. That's not my name. My name is Maven.
Here's a question.
Okay? I'm not Mini G.
Question. I was gonna say, well, you call
No!
Chad Gable
No!
Shorty G, so it's only fair.
That's
That's
his
what I was gonna
actual
say.
name, okay? He comes out to the ring, and that is his actual name. So that is not worth anything. That comment can go in the trash because that is not legitimate at all. That is his name. If okay, I'm gonna go to the roster. Are you ready for this?
Because Shorty G's already taken. I changed Maven name to Maven Royal. Stop offense. Mini G.
Stop. Wait a minute.
I'm gonna do a little more research on Copa. We should have a chat about it. Yeah, we should because the thing, some of the stuff I've read.
Makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. I don't like the way they're doing it. I think a lot of it is YouTube. Mini G.
Okay. Shorty G, that's his legitimate name. It's not Chad Gable. It's Shorty G. So technically, I'm not doing anything wrong.
Not fun now, Mini G.
I am not doing anything wrong because his name is Shorty G. Did I call him that before he was Shorty G? Yes, but
I think I triggered her.
They were changing it. They were changing it.
Makes more sense.
They were changing it. You all suck. You all suck. My name is not Mini G. It is Maven. With a V. Maven.
The whole Copa thing, I don't know, Copa, however you say it. I don't know how they're going to enforce like that.
I don't either.
I mean, if they're just gonna pick random stuff and like say you can't monetize on that.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Not that it matters to me right now because I can't monetize it anything until we get another 900 or 870 followers. Gleen in AEW will be called Big Gleen, like Big Swole. That's right. See.
So I don't even know.
No doubt about it.
Hold on.
Mama G. That's funny. All right. So.
Adam Cole put up a tweet. He said, "If you've been living under a rock, the Undisputed Era runs WWE. Then now forever. Hashtag Adam Cole baby."
That's pretty good.
Hashtag
when did you have
NXT
had enough Triple H,
champion.
Cena, and Orton winning world titles? When did you have had enough Triple H, Cena, and Orton winning titles? Again, I don't. Cena winning doesn't bother me. The Orton thing, I hope he doesn't ever get a title shot again, just because I don't think he's exciting.
No,
although he's done better lately.
See
They said Elimination Chamber going to be in February.
His name is Chad freaking Gable. It is not. It is Shorty freaking G. Okay? Look at it on the roster list. His name is Shorty G. It is no longer Chad Gable. As much as Michael Cole wants to accidentally call him Chad Gable on commentary, go right ahead. But that is not his name. I don't know who you're talking about anymore. Who's Chad Gable? Never heard of him. Have I heard of Shorty G? Yes, I have heard of Shorty G.
Welcome to the Wrestle Story. Please welcome our host, Mini G and Big Gleen.
No.
I just woke up 30 minutes ago. Good job, Justin. You missed the whole pay-per-view. I thought his name was Chad. Chad Mill.
Oh my gosh, did anybody see that? Did anybody see that video on Twitter of Brock Lesnar with the kids? At like a basketball game?
No.
Let me see if I can find it. But people were like, Brock Lesnar does care about your kids. I was like, why can't this Brock Lesnar be on TV?
That needs to be your new Twitter handle, Maven. Michael Cole, Adam Cole, Ice Cream Cole.
I'm good. I don't need to change it to Mini G. Or Mini freaking G. Okay? People are not going to know who I am. They're going to be like, who's this Mini freaking G and why am I following her? And I'm going to be like, guys, my name is Maven Gleen. Not Mini freaking G. I don't even know who that is. Because it sure isn't me. Somebody has impersonated me. They're pretending to be me. Because that is not me. I'm just saying.
Yes. Just saying.
Let me find it. Let me find this video.
Is it a cool video?
What?
Whatever the video is you're going to show. Or
yeah. I was finding the video.
It was a solid show, so if you get a chance, go watch it. Because it's a good show.
Brock Lesnar looks like a happy dude.
Yeah.
I've never seen him like that before.
Laughing and smiling.
Mr. Boss Man on TV.
Just saying. It's because it's just... Gleen, did you hear WWE's... Dude, ice cream because Punk is back. He was ready.
Yeah, they're going to have ice cream bars.
Yeah.
Should be exciting.
Yeah. Hashtag maybe just saying. Yes. Just saying.
Just saying.
Are you just saying?
Yes.
All right. Does anybody have anything else to talk about? Anything you want to share? Anything that you want to put out there?
Kaylee Ray wants to fight Becky Lynch.
If Cody came back,
but wait a minute, who doesn't want to fight Becky Lynch?
AEW effect. Cody will never go back to WWE.
Never.
Ever. I think that ship has sailed.
And sunk.
Again, I think it's because of the way they don't allow their wrestlers to, have creative control. I think that's the big thing. Did you see the fake WrestleMania card? Yes, I did.
What?
I saw it.
Where?
Someone posted it, and it was like CM Punk was on it. Some of the matches were like, really? Why would you have those matches? Because you're in the process of creating those matches now. Let's talk about more wrestling. This is awesome. Whatever you want to talk about. What do you want to talk about? I want to share this video. Ha.
Well, that was very aggressive. I want to share this video.
Think this is the year NXT UK gets more notice. I think that they're good the way they are. I mean, the one issue they have is the time. I mean,
well, that and the fact that they're only on the network.
Well, that too.
That doesn't do them any justice either.
What are they only on the network in the UK? For those of you that are from the UK, is it just on the network?
I believe they're just on the network all around.
Do you think this is the year NXT UK? Oh, I already read that. Kane versus Big Show. No.
I'm good.
Kane's too busy being a
mayor.
Yeah. He's got to run his town.
Yes. I don't know. I hope NXT UK gets more notice this year. I think that'd be great.
I think
especially I think they'll get more notice if they do more crossover stuff with NXT.
If they did more crossover stuff, and you may even put them on like Raw, like bring someone over and put them on Raw or SmackDown or something like that.
To draw attention. But the issue with that, I think the issue with that is going to be where they're not going to get like any reaction at all, like some of those guys from NXT did. I don't know.
I think the Montreal Screwjob is the most overrated moment in wrestling history. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's one of the most interesting things. I don't know that it's overrated.
He then said because things worked out great for Brett, Shawn, and Vince years later.
Well, they did, but I don't know that Brett would have thought about that at the time. With the way it worked. Yeah, just on the network. That was all NXT was for years. Yes, it was. And that's why I wondered. I didn't know if in the UK they put it on some like one of your channels or if it was just on the network. I think the issue with the network is to get NXT UK over big, and I think it's gonna be hard in the United States just because of the time that it's on, and unless you start to do a lot of crossovers.
Yeah.
I think they should do more crossovers anyway. I think that Raw, SmackDown. I don't think that you should. If you want to have people on the main like their particular brand, but do more crossovers with stuff, I think it would make it a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
CM Punk versus Triple H was supposed to happen, but Punk said no. Yeah, well, I don't blame him because I wouldn't. I mean, that's kind of a. Me personally, I don't want to see CM Punk versus Triple H.
No, not in this day and age.
AJ Lee, WrestleMania card, Gleen versus Funny. Yes. The endless recaps the businesses have done of it, and well, until the end of time. I think that's the biggest issue is just the recaps and stuff of it. I don't know that it's overrated, but I think it's just the way they that whole thing is just one of those things that is gonna happen. Gleen came versus the Big Show was for the WrestleMania card that Punk leaked, and Sheamus versus Bryan and Orton. Yeah, that's the one. Which is why I said no, I don't want to see that. Owen's death, Benoit's death, and killings, the mass transit incident are worse than the screw job. Yeah, I would agree.
Take main roster guys at NXT UK, Drew McIntyre, EC3, Eric Young, Nikki Cross for the women's division. I would love to see Drew McIntyre in a match.
Again, I think the one issue you have is the time, at least here in the States.
Yeah.
Because when we talk about this and we talk about putting it on at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, see,
people
like,
are
you,
working
exactly, you weren't even, like, out of work. And I mean, you work
and
for
it makes
a
it tough for
school,
people
so...
to watch it. I mean, yeah.
But other people might not, you know, they have, like, you know, 9-to-5 jobs or whatever, and they don't get out of work till, like, you know, 5 o'clock. So, by that point, they're like, well, what's the point of watching it if I've seen everything about it, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I think that's one issue you have with it is just the time. Anybody else have anything they want to talk about?
I'm gonna check on the Twitter machine.
Is there anything out there in the Twitter machine? Well, I'm about to go out and eat, but I enjoyed the stream as always. Much love to Mr. G and Maven. You know, awesome. I hope 2020 is the Wrestle Story year. I hope so too. Thanks, Elijah or Zandel.
And Zendel. It was Zendel.
Yeah. Whoever. I saw Elijah's name there, and it's like. All right, I think we're gonna take off. Then I'm gonna start at 8 p.m. over here. Yeah, which makes it like 2 o'clock here. Which kind of messes things up, which is why I said it's tough for people, tough for it to get over here just because of the time. Unless people want to go and watch it later, later on. I might watch Impact Wrestling. We'll see what we can do.
That is funny. Paige put out a tweet. She said, I'm coming back to the Royal Rumble, you guys. I'm entering myself into the men's and being number 2 to take that bish to Suplex City, then go on to win the whole thing.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
All right. I think that if you have not subscribed to the channel, hit subscribe to the channel.
Yeah,
hit the like button.
Do so.
So we can make this the year of the Wrestle Story, as some of you have said.
Unless people DVR
Unless people DVR it, yes.
Which I suppose, yeah.
How you doing, now?
What's up?
We just covered NXT UK.
Yep.
And our internet's working really well right now, so.
Just neat.
Just saying. It's actually worked well 3 out of the last 5 days. So. Mrs. G guest starred Impact Review.
Yeah, Mrs. G
we haven't taken on to record it. NXT UK, people should use it. LOL.
Jeez. So, I think that's it.
I don't think you need to record it because I think it just.
No, it's on the network.
It just saves on the network, so then you can just watch it.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah.
Easy peasy lemon.
See you guys later. Watch on Twitter, and there may be something out here in a little bit. We'll see. And because we may put something out that we'll watch the Impact thing. We'll see. Okay, folks, talk to you soon. Stay on Twitter. Maven, I know that's hard. Hard to use these days.
Yesterday. Hey, my excuse for yesterday.
I'm sure everyone would love a Mrs. G guest spot.
I'm sure they would. But I don't know if Mrs. G would love a Mrs. G guest spot.
Take it easy, all. Thanks. Thank you. I'm going to like this video and subscribe to your channel. Thank you.
Thanks,
Give me a whole yeah. And if you haven't, go check out Give Me a Whole Yeah. They're awesome. They have some pretty awesome stuff on their channel.
And people have no excuse not to watch Mr. G.
And just think, if we could do this full time, I could get on and watch all of Give Me a Whole Yeah's like stuff they put out. It's just like I said, time right now is kind of like
neat.
Messes with things.
Yeah.
So the people have no excuse not to watch Mr. G. Mr. G. All right. Everybody have a good evening, good afternoon, good whatever it is, wherever you're from.
Time. Good.
Thank you
stuff.
For stopping in, everybody. We will be back. Mr. G is the hunk of the podcast. Yes. That's right. Everybody.
We'll see everybody later.
We'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Peace out, guys. Bye. See you later.